A lack of understanding is the fastest way to create disengagement. The customer needs to understand your service or offering, of course. You both have to understand their situation, their desired result, and how your product or service can get them there. So as sales reps, we get really caught up into asking these check-in questions. We'll say, does that make sense? And we say it all the time. We say this affirmative nod. Does that make sense? And think about it for a second. How many of your customers would actually stop you and say, you know what? Not really. I was kind of confused on this one part. They're all going to say yes. And we've been trained as sales reps that bulldozing mentality is the way to sell. That if we can just get them to nod their head and say yes enough, they'll move forward with the sale. No, you go to transition to close and like, this doesn't make sense. We need to think about it, because way back in the process, they were confused and you were like, does that make sense? And they said yes, because they felt obligated to do that. So let me give you one additional technique to use to check in. Instead of having the question posed to the customer, does that make sense? Have it posed to the customer about how much you understand as the sales rep. The question is simple. It's, am I fully understanding your situation? Does it feel like I get it totally where you're at? Do I fully understand where you're trying to get to? You've described this, and this to me. Is that where you want to get to then, if I'm understanding? Is that right? Okay, so you're asking if you understand by repeating their situation or their desired result. And that's the same check-in process, but doesn't bulldoze them.